Hey, hey, hey! This is Kurt the Boat Doctor, 2021 fishrite. Yeah, fishrite got bought out by these guys, and I'm be damned if I can remember if it's Rogue Marine that did it. But anyway, nice boat. Everything seems to work. Like I say, the buddy bearings. Got the kicker to fire. The battery was dead. Now it's charged up. I just used my jumper. That's up there somewhere. There's your bow mount batteries. Got a battery charger right there. Tackle drawers up underneath that there, just storage right there. It's got a fire extinguisher, bow mount. I'll show you all that. And like I say, if you ever had to replace this top, move it to right here in the drop down. That'd give you a lot of room. Keep that steering rod right there, spin it all the way to the right, and spray it with corrosion X. It makes it slick. Don't put grease out. This rod right here, that's the worst thing you can do. It can freeze up. Just corrosion X, you'll make it like an ice cube. 9.9 I got running, so that runs good. Has over a half tank of fuel. So now I'll just go through everything with you on this. So here we go. To start it, all you have to do is turn the key, turn it on. There's your checklist that goes through here. Idling right. Now when you hit the accessory switch here, it turns on your Garmin. That's what this is for. Wiper works. I went through and reset the sonars, your menu, you go into that, hit this to get back to your home page right here. So now if you want to just regular sonar, just use this to see how this highlights right here. Just hit the check marks OK, then there's just your sonar. Then if you wanted clear view, side view, you just go down, hit that. There you go. Gives you your time, volts. Now I'm pumping up volts. It was at 10.4, so I know the alternator battery's charging. Your miles an hour, temperature, depth. So we'll let all that work out. Bilge pump, yeah. See, the horn was working. And what that is sometimes is that you can do this. I'll have them look at it. That's a sign sometimes that they're going out. But you can sit here. Looks like they put it. You can whack on it. Could be in the switch, or it could be a bad horn. That's up underneath there. I ain't gonna crawl under there, so I'll put that in my notes, put it in gear. So we'll go here and we'll open up the notepad. Number 6, horn was working, not now. Okay, so we'll put that there. We'll turn off the bilge pump. I can hear it working. So we went through all the gauges. Good water flow out the motor. You can see it right there. Very stable. We'll close this up. Bring that down. Zipper. Okay, now I got to show you this. The torque fin on that motor's right to the right like it should be. You see how at this speed right here, if I stop and steer it in a straight, if I take off, see how it's turning? That wheel's turning. Now trim the motor up. Do that again. Trim it up some more. See how it stopped? That's how you take it from not at a slower speed. Now on a takeoff, I would trim it down. I'd have my foot, my knee, or my hand on the wheel. On the takeoff, then I would hit it to get going. Then I'd start trimming. Trim some more. See how it stopped right there? So you don't want it to go to the right, you don't want it to go to the left. And that's where you want to leave the trim, see? And it just goes in a straight line. All about the trim. Bring it back. And actually the transducer's mounted about right. I didn't lose my depth. I still had my bottom, so that's good. A lot of times they don't do that. So I'm just going to spin it over here, and we're going to do the kicker motor right here. Now the GPS, we're going to go ahead and hit this back. This you can get, I don't know if this has that. Some of these, this is a 9SV. I think. One way to find out, could be a 7. Hit the settings, systems, hit that, that's okay. System information, go Garmin devices, yeah, it's a 7-inch SV side view. Go back here, keep going there, and it'll bring you back to your home page. So on your GPS, this cursor's over, this one here. See how, then you hit that for okay, there's your maps. It will leave a trail, but you're not getting any downloaded base maps, which is okay. You can always follow your trail back on that, set waypoints, fishing waypoints, so on. You can record your sonar actions. So then anyway, we can go down into here, we can get all 3 of these right there. So I got my GPS, sonar, and then clear view right there. Okay, we got 3/4 of the tank. I'm going to shut that baby off. Then we're going to get back here. I'm going to steer this straight first. You got your trim. The cover is off of this. It's broken. It was a plastic piece that went over those wires. Spray it down with Corrosion X if you don't replace that cover. That way it won't and that's just your trim testing noise. Put some grease on it. Okay, to start it, you always want to make sure it's in neutral right here. Sometimes give it a little extra gas like this when you're doing it. Sometimes you can put it in forward and pump, 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 and then bring it up to about here, then start. Now once it's warm, you just hit you got manual pull, or you got electric start, warning light right there. That red light comes on when it's run. Check your water flow, take the cowling off, check your oil. So put it in reverse, and you get, it's a cold day, you got your friction that you can go like this. Good water flow. You know these 90s now, I am not quite sure, maybe someone can help me out on this. I had that off to jump it because, oh, here's another good one. It's hard to get on some of these cables, these jump boxes, to get to the, not the posts on the battery, but you got to go where the battery's hooked up on the little nut part where you put your eyelets on top to get a good connection, but a lot of times you can't. So if you want direct jump power, what you want to do is take that cowling off, go right to the starter, the hot, and then ground it off, which this one you can get to actually. Some of the, even our Yamahas make it hard to find a ground on the motor. But here's another funny thing. Now, I could be wrong, but this kind of a cross between a Yamaha and a Merc. I pull that head and it looks like a Yamaha power head. Now, the head assembly is a little bit different as far as the molding, but it look, you know, Yamaha uses that color, and what something else I seen was the zinc adenoids. The zincs they put on the blocks and by the plugs, which nobody did that except for Yamaha, so I don't know. You got me on that one. So anyway, we're gonna go here, then we're gonna put it in forward, and then we're gonna go like this. So and maybe they got in cahoots with them or got that zinc permission, I don't know. Okay, so bring that back there, set up this friction. Now I typically, it's to the right, so I'm gonna push the motor a little bit this way, give it some gas. And the reason why I did that is for steering. See how it goes good to the right? And it should go good to the left now, which it does. So you can play with it, what angle that kicker is, and come up here and it'll steer just fine. Now if it's harder to steer maybe to the right, takes you longer in the current, take that motor and move it the other way. But that's doing good. So that part works good. So we'll see how slow it rolls down. And we're doing what, 3.9, current's going out. So it's almost getting into slack tide. And I'm going to stop this and make video number 2 on this 2021 20-foot fish right.